Good morning, welcome to a new video. Before we run the intro, how about you hit that subscribe button? Let's do it. So this morning, we're talking nutrition. As I said in a previous video, I've signed up with a nutritionist. His name's Charlie, and he works at Qualified Nutrition. Link down here, and also in the description. We're going to be working together for the next 3 months, and we're going to be working on some set goals. So first of all, we want to lose a little bit of weight that we put on during lockdown. We all know that the more weight that we can lose, in theory, the better our performance will be. Certainly when the road goes up. So that brings us on to the second point. The second point is increasing our performance through nutrition aiding our training. So more effective training, more effective racing built around the nutrition plan. And of course the end result is boosting our power to weight ratio. So before we jump into the kitchen and we look at some of the dishes that we're creating, let's jump into our plan and let's have a look at the type of things that we're focusing on. As you can see here, we have a sheet where Charlie has access to all of my training. So he will plug in what my training session is going to be, what the ride intensity is going to be, any description about the zones, the what, that type of thing. And then this is where he takes over. To 2 to 4 hours, we're looking at a pre-carbohydrate intake. Then we're looking at a carbohydrate during the session. And then obviously a guideline as to what H2O and sodium intake we should be having. Then what I need to do is, once I've done the session, I will fill in the food that I had pre and intra, the water and sodium, and then an analysis of how things were going. So obviously the whole thing about the nutrition that we're doing in order to fuel our rides is we're training the gut. The amount of carb intake that we are now having is far in excess of what we previously used to do. But previously, we used to run out of energy and we used to have really poor training sessions, and that's because we weren't fueling the body. And that's one of the main goals that Charlie and I are working on, is to make sure that we're fueled efficiently, which will allow us to get our training sessions completed. So obviously all that information I need to track for Charlie, and what we use is MyFitnessPal. Now you may have used this in the past, it's pretty simple. What I've done is I've upgraded it so I can now put in different categories. So I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, but I also have pre, intra and post. So what I'll do is every day I'll track everything that's going into my body. So whether that's breakfast, you've got pre, you've got an intra, you've got some post. We didn't have lunch that day because at the end of the day, sometimes pre is round about lunchtime, depending on when you're training. And then we've got dinner. And then all of that obviously gives me the number of calories which I've consumed, the calories which I've expended during the training. And then we look at the macros. What did that look like in terms of carbs, protein, fat and fibre? And all that gets plugged in, and then Charlie can see how we're doing. Now obviously the overriding goal at the end of the day, fuel the rides, but also make sure that we still have a small deficit every single day. So as we're progressing through the weeks, the weight is very slowly starting to drop. we are. So that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, as ever, drop me a thumbs up. I always appreciate that support. Make sure you hit the notification bell when you subscribe to the channel, because I'm sure you're all going to subscribe now. Take care of yourselves, keep those hands clean, and as ever, I'll see you again soon for some more videos. Right on. Zoom.
I just wanna